Hello, and welcome to our podcast called Talkin Parks, where we talk all things Murfreesboro Parks and Rec, and we want to talk about what's going on in the city and also get to know the people behind it. So we're going to get right into it, and we're going to welcome our guest today, Jasmine Duke with Adams Tennis Complex. Jasmine, thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so we're going to jump right into it. Adams Tennis is celebrating 10 years in Murfreesboro.
Yes, 10 years, yes, absolutely.
So how long have you been with Adams?
2 years.
2 years.
Yes, ma'am.
And you seemed really pretty passionate about it today. You were excited to come talk to us today about Adams Tennis Complex, and I know it means a lot to a lot of people in Murfreesboro.
Sure, yeah, Adams is a great place for tons of people to come in and recreate, all ages. You know, we from the youth all the way up into, you know, the elderly. Everyone seems to love Adams Tennis Complex, and I'm just so glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, well, again, this is part of, we're obviously going to talk about the cool things going on at Adams,
Sure.
but also we want to get to know a little bit more about you and the
Absolutely.
other people that are behind the scenes. So tell me a little bit about you. You've been there for 2 years. So what does it mean to you to be a part of this?
It means a whole lot, honestly. Adams has done, it's helped me professionally and personally, honestly, to be able to meet people and people come in and just find joy and wellness. I'm a firm believer that health is wealth. So for them to be able to come in and just either compete or not even compete, but just be able to pick up a racket, go out there and play, engage with the community, I mean, it means everything to me, for sure.
Well, it's really busy, and it is a family thing. I know several people that are very involved in Adams, and their entire family goes there. They bring friends there,
Yes.
so it's really cool how, if you're not, I feel like if you're not in the tennis community, you're like, okay, why do they care so much about this tennis place? But it's awesome. And like you say, old and young. Whenever I go there, I see people of all ages.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. From 4-year-olds all the way, we have several people that are 70, 80 years old, and they're, you know, they come in, and I'm just like, wow, you know, that's motivation for me, because I pray that I'm, you know, able to do the same thing
Oh, exactly.
as I get older. Awesome.
Keep the body moving.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about the 10-year anniversary. It seems like, gosh, when I talk to people, they can't believe it's already been 10 years. But how did y'all celebrate? I know you had an open house, and
Sure.
you had people you wanted people to come in and kind of see all the things that you offer. So how'd y'all celebrate?
Yeah, so we had events going on throughout the day. We started off with a ball machine. So our ball machine is basically a ball machine that you can do drills, you can program it. We have an app that you can use. Basically, if you set the app up, it'll take you through like little workouts, or you can use the remote if you just want to set it on a certain level. We started off with that intro to ball machine, and then we moved into free clinics. We also had a fun and fitness with our superintendent was out there doing a few things, and then we had pros out there teaching. It was fantastic. We also had open play where people would come in and just grab a racket and play against each other. And then we finished off with Bump, which is a king of the court type of game. So you start off at one court, and as you move up, you know, the ladder, you move to different courts. So that was fantastic. We also had food, and we had a beautiful cake that we was able to enjoy with the community. So it was all around. We had a solid turnout, for sure.
Good. I know I came there earlier in the day, and I did sneak a sandwich, and I saw the cake.
Yes, that's awesome.
I love that we get to celebrate these fun things, because it is important. 10
Yes.
years, and I'm excited for the next 10 years.
For sure.
And also, talking about how beautiful and great our facility is, you can also rent it out for events. I know the top part, if you've never been to Adams, there's 2 floors, and the top part is a great place to stand up there, and you can see and look over all the courts, but they've got a great space up there that you can rent that out for different things.
Sure, yeah. So we have a beautiful mezzanine. It has a concession area. We have, you know, tall tables with chairs. It's very nice. We have bleachers. You can see all 8 courts, so you'll see the odd on one side, even on the other side. If you want to come up, and anybody can rent that out for meetings, or if you want to have a small party, whatever you want to do, that is available to rent out. You would go online. Of course, you can check. You can give us a call and see, you know, what our availability is. But, yeah, that's definitely, you know, open for reservations.
That's a cool thing. And I've been up there for a couple of things, and it's such a neat place to be,
very
and
nice.
it's fun to have the people playing downstairs. It's just
Yes.
kind of a cool vibe.
Yes, it's a great social.
So let's talk about, I know there's a partnership with MTSU, and that's been going on since the beginning, right?
Yes, ma'am, to my knowledge.
I think that's always great when we can partner with MTSU, because they have a dynamic tennis program. They've got a brand new facility, but I know we have the indoor courts at Adams.
Sure. Yeah, so they come over when it rains. They use us now for when it rains or when the weather, isn't very good or super cold. They come in and practice throughout the week, and then some of the matches are held at Adams. They always bring a huge crowd, lots of support from the community. We always have a grand time, watching them play. And Coach Teo and Jimmy, they do a fantastic job with those guys and girls. So we're thankful to have that partnership for sure.
Well, people can, so the community, if they hear that the match has been moved inside, they can come in and watch and don't have to worry about anything.
Any time for free of charge. You can always come in and show support for sure.
Awesome. Well, let's talk about the different levels of play at Adams, because you have all different levels, but you can start even if you've never picked up a racket all the way to if you're advanced.
Yeah, absolutely. So one thing I'll say about Adams is one thing I really, really love is we cater to all abilities and skill levels. So we start off with ages 4 through 6 is our red ball program. We start off with a bigger ball. It has less air in it, for the kids to work their way into it. And then we move into orange ball. So the 4 to 6 is red ball, and then 7 to 11 would be more of an orange ball. Then we jump into green ball, which is 12 and under. So from then they graduate on to middle school. So we have beginner, intermediate, high performance. You can also graduate into, if you become an adult and still want to play, or if you've never picked up a racket before, you can jump into our beginner clinics for adults, our intermediate clinics for adults. So we have tons of different things, and then we also have Wheelcats, which is wheelchair tennis. So we love that. We embrace that for sure. Wheelcats come out every Monday, and they have several courts where they'll come out and bring several people and just play against each other. And that alone is just amazing to me, to be able to just watch, different types of abilities and all ages just compete or just recreate.
Yes, I think I learned something new today. I didn't know about that. They're called Wheelcats.
Yes,
when they come out and play.
Wheelcats.
That's great. And again, a place where they can come, because Adams Tennis Complex is not a private facility. It's a City of Murfreesboro run through Parks and Rec, and I don't know if everybody realizes that.
Sure. Yeah, our outdoor courts are free to the public, open to the public at any time. A lot of people don't realize that, all of those outdoor courts, they can come and play at any time. As long as we don't have anything booked on our outdoor calendar, you can always, first come, first serve. So, yeah, we definitely encourage the public to come out and if we have rackets indoors. If they don't have a racket or balls, we provide all those things for them to come out and enjoy.
I was going to ask that. Now, do you have to reserve, do you have to call Adams? If you want to play outside, you have to call, or you can't just show up, right?
Yes, ma'am, you show up. So, yeah, anytime you see a free court and you don't see a reservation online, so reservation would be more for, the leagues or a tournament, things like that. If you don't see anything on there like that, you can show up at any time. If you see open court, jump on it.
And that's really important for people to know, that they do have rackets and balls, because, breaking down those barriers, kind of like at our golf course, they want it to be accessible, and that's very important to all of our Parks and Rec facilities.
Yes, ma'am.
So if someone is a beginner, what's the best way to get started? I know you have clinics and things like that for beginners to jump in, and you don't have to be a member.
Right. So you can. We do offer intermediate beginner classes for adults, and beginner and intermediate classes for adults, and also the outdoor again is free of charge, open to the public. So if you want to come in and be like, hey, I want to grab a racket, want to go outside and hit, we definitely encourage that. If you do start to like it, we have tennis pros that teach clinics or teach private lessons. That's always an option. Like, hey, I want to get to know more about tennis and one-on-one versus. The teaching pros, they'll teach you one-on-one, or you can jump into a clinic with multiple people. Is whatever makes the person comfortable. If you're brand new and you wanted to come, what I would do is I would come in and try to join or, enroll in one of our beginner clinics. That'll get your feet wet. You can always move up to an intermediate after that. And then, from then, they have several leagues. That's not really with Adams, but they have, USTA has several leagues that they can jump into. That'll definitely help your game.
So you're saying just start small, and
absolutely,
because that, like me, if I wanted to start, that's what I would need. I would want to start very beginner and have someone kind of show me the basics. And I know the cost is very low. If you're not a member and you want to do one of the sessions that you offer, just pay a facility fee and you're good to go.
Sure, yes, ma'am. So we have the member fee, or we have the resident fee and the non-resident fee, $15 or $20 if you wanted to come in, and then you would pay come in for the day. So it's still pretty cheap, I would say, if you want to come in and see. But the goal is to become a member. That way you can, join in on the clinics or join in on the mixers or bump. Those things, the mixers and bump, those are included in your membership. So it's definitely a great perk for joining.
So let's talk about the membership. What all do you get with your membership?
So with a membership, you can come in and you reserve a court. You have 24 hours. If you want to reserve a court, you can reserve it 48 hours in advance. You have a 24-hour cancellation to avoid a fee, but you can reserve that for free. You get whatever court you want for 2 hours. You also get to join our mixers for free. You get to come in and play bump. Those are really the biggest things. We are incorporating our fun and fitness, which is one thing that we did for the 10-year anniversary last week. It was fantastic. It was our first time doing it, where our pros came in. We had four different pros. One was our superintendent, and it's just an intense workout for an hour. It's well worth it. So that's one thing we're looking to add here in the near future, to get that, and just more programs, that would add more value to the membership, for sure.
And it makes sense that if you've never been, you would try it out, pay for something in the beginning, but then again, you get all of that included with your membership, which to me sounds great.
Yes, and if you really break it down, it's honestly about the same as a regular gym membership. It's a yearly cost for now, but if you break it down in 12 months, it's about the same as you would pay for any gym. But we have a small workout area, but you also get to play tennis as much as you want, so that's fantastic.
Yes, and it sounds like you get more bang for your buck when
Absolutely.
you do that. If you're a member, then you can kind of do everything.
Sure, you can, and the clinics are cheaper too versus non-members.
Right. So I know that there were some recent upgrades to Adams, and those courts have been there, I think since, I'm not going to say it, I did a story on that, but they've been there for a long time, and they get a lot of use. So let's talk about the upgrades.
Sure. So we did, we started off with renovating the old 8 courts across the street. Those are, fairly new now. So we have 6 of those courts now, and then we also added 6 pickleball courts across the street. Back in May of this year, right before spring fling, we went in and resurfaced all of those courts, so 1 through 16. So now we have 22 outdoor courts and 6 pickleball courts. And at the end of next month, we're scheduled to resurface the indoor courts also. So here soon we'll have all new courts basically. And I know one thing, not only are they beautiful, but one thing that has really stood out for me about the outdoor courts is when it rains, it takes about 30 minutes for those new courts to dry, versus when we had the old courts, it took quite a while. We had to really go out there and, squeegee them to get them to dry, but now they dry so fast. So that's definitely a huge blessing for us to be able to just keep those maintained.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
Yes.
a cool fact that I didn't know, that you have
sure.
to, obviously you have to wait for them, but now they're quick drying or
Yeah.
fast drying. So
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
good, because we all know that our tennis and pickleball friends around town are eager to play
They're
at
ready.
all times.
At all times.
Okay, so lots of things going on. Let's tell everyone, if they want to know more about Adams or reserve a spot or whatever they want to know, where's the easiest place for them to get information?
So I'd say the easiest place would be our outdoor calendar, because a lot of people do come to play outdoors. The second place would be our Facebook page, whether it be Adams Tennis Complex Facebook page or the City of Murfreesboro Facebook page. Those are the 3 main places where you can find. You can always call us or come into the facility. I recommend people just coming in, because a lot of people don't know that place is there. During our 10-year anniversary, we had several people come in just to see the place. Like, people never knew that was there. So that is awesome, just getting people in the doors, and encouraging them to, hey, try it out. And a lot of people end up liking it. So, yeah, that's huge, just coming in and getting a tour of the facility.
You have to like it because it's beautiful.
It is very beautiful.
And I know we have people coming from surrounding areas that you would think, why are they coming to Murfreesboro? Surely they have something in their town. Well, they don't.
You're right.
So they come to us.
You're right. Yeah.
And it's great for us. Now, sometimes those tournaments take up, spots where people would want to play, but that doesn't happen all the time. And I know we prioritize our residents and people that are members.
Yes,
because you
ma'am.
can be a member if you want to.
Yes, ma'am. You can sign up for membership. If you're not a member, you can reserve courts online for the weekend to try it out. You can do Bump, which is the King of the Court event, or King of the Court clinic that we do. We have mixers for members that are free of charge, and we're adding new things. Our programming side and our superintendent has worked very hard on adding new things for the community to do, and also to bring in more value for the memberships.
Well, that is exciting.
Yes.
So we're going to get into a little bit about you, because that's what these podcasts are all about, because people come into Adams and maybe if they see this and they see your face, they'll say, oh, I know her.
Yes.
I saw her on the podcast. So let's talk about one of your favorite parts of your day, or one of your favorite things about working at Adams.
Yeah, sure. So my favorite part, I would say, working with Adams or at Adams is seeing the smiling faces that come into the facility each day. You know, people are very committed to tennis. Just being committed to any type of recreation is awesome. I feel health is wealth is one thing that I really, really live by. So if I'm seeing people constantly coming in and smiling faces, that alone makes my day. And I bring a lot of energy. I try to bring a lot of energy each day. So if I'm able to talk to these people or ask how their day is going or just make them feel welcoming, that makes my day, because I'm able to engage with the community, and it just makes me feel good. For sure. So each day is different. You know, I don't come in and do the same job every day. I come in and do different things each day, and meet new people and just have conversations, and I just love that.
I bet they love you because you can come in and have coffee and conversation with Jasmine and then
absolutely.
hit a few tennis balls.
Oh, yes, they do, for sure.
That's what it's all about. That's what we do. This Parks and Rec is fun. There's so much fun stuff going on. We're super lucky in Murfreesboro, I think, for all of the things we have to offer.
Very fortunate. Yes, ma'am.
And I feel like people think tennis and golf are one of the most least accessible things, and we're trying again. I like to stress that because we want people to come try it out. There's free golf clubs, there's free tennis rackets, and
yes, ma'am.
And you can check it out and get started. And you can be one of the regulars who come in. And yes, they are very serious about their tennis. So
most definitely, most definitely.
And they have a lot of fun too, obviously.
Yes, they do. Yes.
You're not going to stick with something if you're not having fun.
You're right. You're right.
Okay, so Jasmine, as we wrap this up, and we want to get to know a little bit more about you, we are going to do our segment that we love to call a Fast Five. Okay, Jasmine, so let's get into this. First of all, well, we were talking about you love tennis, but you always also love basketball. So tell me, who is your favorite either tennis or basketball player?
Tennis, I would go with Coco Gauff for sure.
Okay.
I feel like she's a great athlete. You know, I just admire her game. So I feel like that's my favorite player for tennis.
Well, I don't know who that is, so I'm going to have to check that out.
Yes, you should definitely check her out.
What is your favorite place to play ball or like hang out sports-wise in Murfreesboro?
Patterson Park.
Okay.
Yeah, Patterson Park. I'm always there, you know, playing basketball, working out. I love Patterson Park. Has a little bit of everything you can do, especially if you have children. It's the place to be. You know, you can do all the things at one time.
Yes, I love Patterson Park too. That's in my neighborhood, so I love
That's
it.
awesome.
It's a favorite around town. Okay, I love to ask everyone this one because I like to eat. What's your favorite food?
Pasta. I'm a pasta person.
Pasta.
Yes, ma'am.
Bring Jasmine some pasta at Adams. If
Please,
if
please
it's a
do.
rainy day, bring her some pasta to brighten her day.
Absolutely.
Okay, now do you prefer summer or winter?
Summer, for sure.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
Yes, summer. I'm an outdoors person, especially with my kids. We're always outdoors training or playing sports or just being outdoors, you know. So I'm definitely a summer person.
Well, that leads into my last question. We know you have 4 children. So
Yes,
what
ma'am.
is your favorite thing to do in Murfreesboro with your kids?
Anything that they like to do. They're very athletic. My son is a great football player. So we're always training. We're always at games, and my daughters dance. So we're always at recitals. So anything that they like to do, you know, once you have kids, I feel like your life is, you know, their life is your life. So whatever they like to do, let's do it.
Health is wealth, and you're starting them early.
Amen. Yes, absolutely.
And we have great places in Murfreesboro to get your kids involved.
For sure. Yes, we do. I'm very fortunate to be here.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here
Yes.
with us today. This was fun. This was so fun getting to learn about Adams and continue to celebrate the 10-year anniversary and get to know a little bit more about you.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored.
And thank you for watching. Make sure to download us wherever you download your favorite podcast. You can also check us out on Facebook and YouTube or wherever you watch City TV. And make sure to check us out next time for the latest edition of Talkin' Parks.